Once upon a mini beast time in the garden, there was an ant called Tony. Tony was bored.
Today is so boring. I'm almost snoring,
said Tony. Then he had an idea. He would dress up as a big beastie thing and go and do some scaring. So he made himself a big beastie thing mask, and then he put it on. Tony looked in a puddle. Ooh, he looked really funny. He decided he'd phone all his friends and tell them that the big beastie thing was on the loose. Then, when they saw him, they'd get a big surprise. He took his phone out of his pocket. Before he could ring anyone, he saw a big spider coming towards him. How does your spider go? Tony said, "Ah!" Then he jumped in the air, ready, whoop, and ran out of there. Up, down, round and round, hurrying, scurrying, over the ground. Then he got to Slug's house and rang the bell. Can you ring the bell too? Slug opened the door and saw Tony. But of course, Tony had his big beastie thing mask on. It's the big beastie thing. Oh!
No, it's me, said Tony. That's who I am.
But Slug slammed the door with a slam. Tony heard the spider still coming towards him. So he went, "Ah!" Then he jumped in the air and ran out of there. Up, down, round and round, hurrying, scurrying, over the ground. Next, he got to Worm's house and rang the bell. Can you ring the bell too? Worm opened the door and saw Tony. But, of course, Tony had his big beastie thing mask on. Worm said, "Oh, it's the big beastie thing!" Oh!
No, it's me, said Tony. That's who I am.
But Worm slammed the door with a slam. Tony knew the spider was still coming towards him. So he went, "Ah!" Then he jumped in the air and ran out of there. Up, down, round and round, scurrying, hurrying, over the ground. And then he went, slam, and ran, slap bang, into an old tin can. He was trapped. Oh no! But then he remembered his phone. Yes, that's it. He'd phoned a friend for help. But when he reached for his phone, it wasn't there. He must have dropped it. Oh no! The spider arrived at the tin. Tony, help! The spider walked slowly in. Oh, help! Poor Tony was scared and began to pant.
Please, don't eat me. I'm really an ant.
But the spider said,
"Don't worry, Tone. I won't eat you. Only you dropped your phone."
And he handed it to Tony.
"Bye, big beastie thing,"
said the spider. Tony took off his mask and jumped on it. He'd had enough of scary things for one day. The end.
I loved that story. Did you like it too?